Hi guys, Matt from Total Drummer discussing how to become a drum teacher. And what I want to talk about, it's a short video. I want to talk about how you can create financial stability for yourself using your passion and kind of twisting some of the traditional ideas on their head, because I know a lot of people in various different industries that are employed and they feel very safe, they feel very stable. Every month on the same date every month they get an amount of money in their bank account, they know how much it's going to land. It's all laid out for them, they can forecast and plan quite comfortably and they feel very safe. And they look at self-employed people running their own business and think it looks terrifying. And there are lots of people who think that, they talk to me about it because they know that's how I live. And they don't know, how can you live like that? You don't know when you're going to get paid, you don't know how much you're going to get paid each month, nothing's guaranteed. And I totally understand that viewpoint. And you might be there, a lot of the people that kind of get involved with Total Drummer, looking to start or grow a drum teaching business, come with the same feelings in their mind. They've come from employment. So if that's you, you may well be thinking the same thoughts. God, it seems scary, this idea of running your own business, and there's so much uncertainty there, there's no guarantees. But the reality is, being employed has absolutely no guarantees at all. I know I've seen so many people over the years that felt safe, felt very stable, they'd worked really hard, they were good at their job, there was no reason for them to lose their job, and yet they did lose their job. Either they got made redundant or whatever it was, they ended up without a job through no fault of their own. And that might be because the companies have merged, a reshuffle, or they've reorganised the structure, maybe business wasn't doing well so they had to make people redundant or kind of lay them off just to make cuts and save money. There are so many reasons. And of course, coronavirus hit early 2020 and it happened in a massive way because the economy was just crushed and so many people lost their jobs. They'd done nothing wrong, they had worked hard, but suddenly it's like the rug was pulled out from under them. And this is hugely terrifying and disruptive for anybody, but especially if you've got people that rely on that. Maybe you've got a partner or you've got kids or whatever it is. I mean, for all of us, we want that stability. So this is just kind of maybe just to help you kind of get that mindset shift there and to start seeing this from a different point of view. Because what I've always found with running my own business and being self-employed is that actually you've got control. You've got control of your life, of your finances. You can make those decisions. So one example is 2010, we had our first child, our son was born. My wife took maternity leave, but then we wanted her to stay in that mum role, do the old school mother, housewife type role. And so I just earned more money. So I marketed my services more. It was all drum related, so it's performing, it was writing for magazines and books, things, but a majority of it was from drum teaching. So I simply got more students. I think I might have got a job teaching the school in the day then, I can't quite remember the timeline, but the point was I had that control. I didn't have to go groveling to my boss and go, please can I have more money? I was in control. I just knew what to do. I had to work a bit harder. Of course, I'm not pretending it's easy, but I had that control, and so would you. Another more recent example is just when the coronavirus hit. I really enjoyed seeing how all these people with their own businesses, the self-employed people, the kind of entrepreneurial types, were able to shift what they were doing and learn to adapt. A lot of musicians that would, purely relied on performing for their income had that overnight, they were screwed, Whereas people that could teach music could quite quickly realise, we can take this online, we can still do it. The people that I work with in Total Drummer that are teachers, the drum teachers, retained about 75 to 80% of their students. And then, of course, they didn't lose the other ones, they just didn't want to come for online lessons, but the other ones will come back when they're able to. But then as well, the ones that really went to town and marketed, sort of doubled down on the things that were working for them, were then able to bring in new inquiries and this new way of working and bring their numbers back up and actually grow the business. So I love seeing that, as well as people in all sorts of other areas that are able to turn their hand, because again, they had the freedom, they weren't tied down to this 9-to-5 job and all their energy was on that. They had time in the day, they had that breathing space, that thinking space, that freedom to just kind of pivot a bit. I know drummers that did more kind of like online sessions and like all sorts of things. It's been amazing. So the opportunity's there if you've got that kind of mindset, but also the freedom is there to put your energy into things that can work. So we talk about that a lot in Total Drummer with the drum teachers that I help in there, whereby we can create multiple income streams. So you're not relying on just one thing. because if you are a drum teacher, you actually have quite a lot of free time to find other complementary revenue streams that are still around your passion of drumming. So loads there, but really the main goal, that's for other videos, but the main goal of today is to just kind of start to shift your mind a bit and think, well, actually, being employed isn't as safe as you might think. It's you're at the mercy of someone else, you're not in control of that, and that could be cut off at any point, and then you've got nothing. Whereas when you're self-employed, you hold all the cards, you've got the power to do what you want. And let's be honest, if we're talking about teaching drums, your job is not made up of one single person. You've got lots of students. So even if you lose 1 or 2 students over here, you don't lose your whole business. You know, you've still got your other students, so all you really have to do is replace 1 or 2. Whereas when you've got an employment job, it's one job. When you lose that one job, you've got 0. All right, so something to think about there. Now, it can be scary, it can be overwhelming running your own business. But if you've got a plan and a system and a process, and you've got all the tools you need to make it happen, to consistently grow it and build it into something long-term, sustainable, that can create your income and provide for you and even your family, if you've got a family, you know, it can be done. And if you want to get started and figure out the nuts and bolts of this, there is a free training video available to you right now. The link's below this video. You can click it and go in there and just really learn all the different components you need to make this happen. So if you're interested in doing that, click below and I'll see you in there.